Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another Property Pro Tips straight from the pros. This is Trevor Henson, your humble host. And today we have a very special guest and friend of mine, Miss Kimberly Stepp, commercial real estate expert with over 25 years of experience. Welcome, Kim. How are you doing?
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. This is great.
Thank you for finding the time to be on the show with us. Me. That's really not awesome.
Pleasure.
Kimberly is one of the most dynamic brokers I personally know as a friend and colleague. She's a co-founder and principal of Stepp Commercial. She's been recognized for all kinds of awards, specifically in her field, being named top 50 women in commercial real estate in Southern California, and Power Woman of the Year, and 2024 Commercial Real Estate Visionary, and. And so when I asked her to be on the show, I wanted her to give us insight into how she became so famous in the industry, because she certainly is a celebrity here in Los Angeles. But first, I want to tell you just a bit about her team and how you can get a hold of Kim if you're looking to list your property. So Kimberly leads is quite a successful team within Stepp Commercial, in the Stepp group. She specializes in multifamily residential properties in the Los Angeles markets. And she's very much known for her dedication to excellence and a remarkable, listen to this, ladies and gentlemen, 98% list to sell ratio. And if you know what I'm talking about, you need to know Kimberly. Kim, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Tell me, just so we have it on record, if someone's looking to talk to you about commercial real estate, how do they get in touch with you? We'll ask you this again.
The best way to reach me is either email or phone, but my cell phone is 310-702-0400. That's the best way to reach me. I specialize in West Side multifamily at Los Angeles County.
Awesome. And she's everywhere, always, all the time. I've seen her coming and going, and if she knows the city better than anyone I know, especially if you're looking on the West Side. So if you're looking for just a valuation or just a talk shop, she is your lady. And with that said, let's dive right into kind of the first question. Kim, what drew you to commercial real estate in the beginning?
My parents have been in real estate all my life. So I was, my dad's a builder and my mom's a real estate purchaser, I would say principal. Sales and the challenge of it, and I decided it was something that was very exciting to me, and I wanted to learn more about commercial real estate. So I jumped right out of the entertainment business into commercial real estate back in '98.
Wow, so it's been that long. Now you're saying entertainment. I have to ask. There's a lot to do with entertainment.
I did acting. I did TV and film for a lot of years. It was fun, but I was probably better suited for behind the camera and doing the producer deal making of movie making. That was more my forte, and I enjoyed acting, but after a while it just wasn't something that I thought I could control my destiny with, and that was very important to me. So hence commercial real estate.
Yeah. So what was the switch like? How does if I'm an actor and I want to get into real estate via the Kimberly Stepp roadmap, what would that look like?
Well, in general, the businesses are very similar, where there's a lot of rejection, and you have to go after whether it's the producer or the seller of a building and get their approval to move forward. So I think there were some similarities for me in that. And then I just found it really a lot easier to get, to the goal line in commercial real estate than acting. But if you had the tenacity to be an actress, and actually it's the hardest business out there, including musicians, and then to segue into from entertainment to multifamily commercial real estate, it's a lot easier, to be honest. So yeah, I think it was easy to control my destiny. And that was one of the main reasons I decided to change fields.
A very interesting correlation. And I just know from having friends in the industry, I can see what you mean. Cold calls or going for like cattle calls. They're not really cattle calls. What are they called? They're called not tryouts, auditions. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm slow today. but you're going to 10 editions a day, or you're making 100 phone calls.
Yeah.
It seems like 100 phone calls is easier. I see what you mean. I can,
Yeah.
coming from that world, you almost have an advantage.
So I would highly recommend segueing if anybody wants to get out of the entertainment business and into something more tangible. Commercial real estate, or any real estate for that matter, is fairly simple to segue into.
Right. Yeah, because like you're saying, you're getting you're rejected from so much, and it's so less personal in real estate and much more business.
Exactly.
Yeah. Awesome insight, Kim. And then, so you've been in real estate since 98. And then now you have all these accolades, all these awards. I was like, how did it feel to be the Los Angeles Bureau Business Journal and GlobeStreet.com recognized as one of the top 10 brokers in the land? Like, and how do these accolades, and how have these accolades impacted your career?
It's been great. It's always great to be honored or recognized for hard work. And I think in these lovely accolades that I get throughout my career, it just helps, to inspire other people. I believe that, especially being a woman in commercial real estate, it's inspiring to other women that you can be in the 1% and actually, succeed right along men. And I think it's, if I would recommend geographical area is really where I think my accolades have come from.
Kim, how did it feel to be recognized by the Los Angeles Business Journal and GlobeStreet.com, and to have these accolades impact, and how have these accolades impacted your career?
It's always great to be recognized and for hard work and for putting your time in and achieving certain levels of success in which you try to achieve in your life. And I think it's a really nice honor sometimes to get these surprise calls that you've been honored here or you've been honored there. And it really is a testament to hard work. It's a testament to, I believe, sticking with a path and staying on the path and not, getting pulled left or right. That's a very important part of being successful in any career, is stay focused and on task. So I think over the years, it is nice to have these kind of, awards and accolades. It helps my career in a lot of ways, because when people Google me for, say, a listing and they get to read the articles or the awards that we were given, that I've been given over the years, it's nice. It's a testament to my success and a testament to hard work. So I think both of those help show future clients, that you're a serious long-term player in the market, and that your hard work is being recognized amongst your peers. So it's nice. Yeah, very nice.
And you haven't just got one. Moving into the next segment is being recognized recently. You were recognized as the 2024 Commercial Real Estate Visionary by the Los Angeles Times. First, what is that?
It's basically, I mean, another wonderful, nice award from the LA. It was LA Times, I believe. Yes. And I think, in general, that is just a visionary, meaning you've been through cycles, you've been through multiple real estate cycles, and you go with the flow, and you see the good times and the bad times, the easy times and the tough times. So, being a visionary is being able to adjust to all of those different market conditions that happen with each cycle, and still doing deals and making money, even though it might not be at the top of the market. There's always ways to make money in this industry. So I think the visionary part came about because I've been around a long time, and I understand how the markets are cyclical. And in this visionary, I think that they were giving the awards out to people that have been around a long time and who can see through the trees, a way to make deals happen.
Very interesting. And Kim, what do you think what were a few of the critical factors that have allowed you to continue to get these awards, like, over time? And it's a sustained success in a real estate market that's very cyclical and very hard to sustain success in. What are a couple of keys to success that have gotten you this far?
Hard work, determination, and staying focused on what your business model is. And, being a specialist in a certain geographical area is very much a key to my success and a key to even other brokers within our group. They specialize in either Long Beach or Santa Monica. Having the knowledge of those markets and having ear to the ground, detailed information, which creates your value to the client, is very important to maintain. So the area of specialization, a map with street by street, you stay in that geographical area and you know it better than anyone else. It really gives you a huge advantage. So I think that's the key to my success for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. So it could be, like you said, it doesn't have to be a particular city. It can be a area that you're with streets bound by certain ends to say, this is what I'm going to be an expert in, however big or small that is. And how did you determine what area you were going to become an expert in? How did that come about?
I lived in Santa Monica at the time when I first started. So Santa Monica was my baby, so to speak. And then I went east from there. So I picked it because I lived it there, and it was easy for me to map the streets and start to really understand the market and the multifamily market in particular. And then around the surrounding areas that border Santa Monica, like Palisades or Venice, Palms Mar Vista, West Hollywood, Brentwood, and West Los Angeles. Those are my key markets that I focus in. And I think those are that additional marketplace area is where I've put most of my focus. So what was the last question? I apologize. I wanted to hear the last question.
There was just critical factors that contributed to your success as overall over the length of time you've been in the industry since '98. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, area specialization. Areas of specialization.
Yeah, we were talking.
I thought you asked something else. I just want to make sure.
No, I said that was the second part.
Okay, yeah, it's just area specialization and not having a client who will say, would you list my property in Arcadia? No, I don't. I refer those to a broker in Arcadia.
And sticking to your specialization, even though you may want to take it because
it's money, right?
It's money, and you're new to the industry. But
you have to staying put in your local markets is critically important for success.
Awesome. Well, with a list to sell average ratio of 98%, what are some of the most effective strategies you and your team employ to achieve such high success rate?
Is knowing the market, pricing properties properly, and actually understanding what current deals are being negotiated, not comps or sales that have happened in 12 months from now or 12 months ago, but what's actually being negotiated right now is really critical to understand. And if you don't have the knowledge of the market and you stay in the actual market that you're in, you will be not as knowledgeable of what's happening. So the more people you're talking to in that geographical area, hearing who's doing what deals, that's really important to again, area specialization is critically important for success. For sure.
You could be anywhere and just start learning about where you are.
Right. Exactly. Yes, you can. That's a good part of this business too. You can work remotely in different areas as long as you have enough time in your core city that you have time to meet with clients and sign listings, of course. And that's really important.
That is the most important on your side, right?
Yes, the most important, yes.
Speaking of listings and such, how have you and your team adapted to the evolving landscape of good old commercial real estate here in California, particularly in light of recent economic changes and challenges, market demand, inflation?
Just staying the course and doing what we always do is making calls, making appointments, doing proposals, getting out in front of clients, showing them how to improve their current position of their return on their equity. Also effectively giving them market information on a quarterly basis. That's really important to keep your name in front of them, that you're informing them of how the market's doing, whether they're ready to do something or not. Again, it's market knowledge, market specialization, and focus, all of those.
So you stay the same course as you would in any market? You just stay consistent no matter what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah. And you have to adjust. I mean, you have to adjust with the lenders, and obviously in this current market conditions are, challenging to make a deal happen because of the market, the interest rate, markets. But in general, it's the same thing, everyone is always in need for a sale. So the death, divorce, and dissolution of partnership, those three tend to happen regularly.
3 Ds.
Yeah, the 3 Ds, exactly.
Those are the 3 secret Ds of commercial real estate.
Yeah.
Well, what trends are you currently seeing, Kim, in the multi-residential commercial real estate markets in Santa Monica, like West Hollywood and the west side of Los Angeles? You're in your sphere or your core focus.
Say that again.
So what trends are you currently seeing in your core market in Santa Monica, West Hollywood, the west side?
I would say buyers are waiting on the sidelines, right now. I think there are more buyers on the sidelines than ever before right now, waiting for even a 1% difference in the interest rate to make it make sense all of a sudden.
Anything, someone.
Just one. The buyers and the sellers have still a little bit of a disparity in where the values are at. But there's, again, people need to make a deal. People need deals to happen. So.
Is that what you're seeing the most activity in? Is the need to make a deal crowd?
Yes, for sure.
Life event, I guess you would call
inheritance, wanting to close out the trust, yeah.
Last question before we hit the lightning round. What are your Kim Stepp's future goals, and how do you envision your group evolving in the next 5 years?
I think growth is always a top priority to me, and to sustain market share in general. So I'm always looking to increase market share and stay up in those percentages that make you a number one top broker in your area, which is about 30% market share, 25 to 30% market shares.
Wow.
You are leading the market if you can sustain that. I think that's a goal of mine at all times, to maintain a 25% market share minimum. And that is never changed. So I think I have the same goals I had 10 years ago, just to be better and more refined, and maybe bring on some new talent that can help assist get more deals done.
Awesome, Kim. Well, you've definitely sustained that growth year over year for the last, how many years are we talking now?
28.
I don't want to count. 28. Who's counting?
I know. I'm like, wait, is it 27? Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Which is this is your fourth cycle ish, yes, right? Almost fourth cycle in, yeah. So, and it always comes back. It always changes.
The pandemic was the most, I think, trying for a lot of people. But
yeah, that mini cycle was in there.
It also was a very, very big opportunity time for a lot of people. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was Black Swan event, and then the cycle. It was an elongation of the cycle. It was weird.
Yeah,
it had its own little mini economy that happened right there for a while, and so, like, nothing happened, and then everything happened, and then inflation.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that brings us to the end of this part of our show. Kim, the last little bit we have is what I like to call our lightning round, where I would just ask you one question and be quiet. Try to be quiet. I have a hard time being quiet, everyone knows. But we'll try to be quiet and try not to laugh. Are you ready? I will ask them straight away. I will not comment, and I'll just ask the next one whenever you're done answering. You can say as much or as little as you like. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Miss Kimberly Stepp. What is the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Best piece of advice I ever received, I think, would be do something that you love for your profession, because when you do it, you won't feel like it's work. I think that's a really good piece of advice.
Love that. What is one of your favorite failures?
Favorite failures? Oh, that's a good question. I would have to say my marriage of 14 years. Because at the time it seemed devastating, and we were a power couple in Los Angeles. And so that was, another, besides the marriage, and the family and all of that, I think also the power couple in Los Angeles, both of those things had to come to an end. So I think although it was difficult initially, for sure, I think now in retrospect, I think it was a gift and an amazing opportunity for me to show myself how resilient I am. And actually, it gave me an opportunity to reinvent myself for myself, by myself. And, that indirectly has been a gift. So there's a silver lining in it all.
Oh, you're such a great attitude, Kim.
Yeah.
What's one hobby or activity you can't live without?
Traveling. I travel and I just love it. It's my it's my happy place. Every time that plane door closes and I'm on that plane and I'm going to some amazing land with different food, different language, different currency. I take my kids and they just love it. And it's just a wonderful experience. So I think in general, yeah.
Audio?
That would be my answer. Travel.
All right. Audiobook, podcast, or music when driving?
I'm going to say Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Audiobook. Okay. Audiobooks it is.
Yes. Audio while driving.
What's your favorite business book? Might not be the same.
It's a good question. Gosh, I have so many. Probably one of Trump's books. I like his old, do you know offhand one of the, or Tony Robbins has had another one too that I've read. Gosh, but the name's not coming to me right now.
Tony Robbins, anything?
Yes, anything Tony Robbins. Yes. It was
quite a few.
The Power Within. I think was one of them.
That's probably getting close. I don't know any Tony Robbins books, but you're probably getting close with that somehow.
The Giant. It was the Giant one. Awaken the Giant Within. Yes. That was it. Okay.
Here we go.
The name was like, okay, circling.
You're supposed to be being quiet over here.
Yeah. It was good. It was good. It was very good. It was a while ago, but it was good.
One tip for maintaining work-life balance.
Enjoy what you do. Enjoy what you do. And for me, it's having the flexibility to work wherever I'm at. So I can spend time with my family or travel with my family when I'm not in LA. So I would say find something that allows you to have the lifestyle in which you want in your life.
Awesome. And last, certainly not least, what is the strangest or most unexplainable thing that you have encountered during a site walk at an apartment building?
Okay, there was this one lady. We were doing an inspection on an 18-unit building in Santa Monica. And I knocked on the door and there was this young boy sleeping on a cot in there. And I thought it was odd. And then I went through the apartment, one of the apartments of the 18 building. It was her unit. And she opened her freezer and she had, so awful, but she had like 18 frozen rats in plastic bags in the freezer.
18 frozen rats.
I was like, oh my God. And she it was a lot of them. Okay. And I said to her, oh my God. And she says, I catch them and I put them on my ex-husband's doorstep. And I was like, woo, this girl's kind of crazy. And so that was really disgusting and weird. And I thought, oh my God, get me out of here. And so that was an interesting thing I saw. And then actually about 2 years later, I was inspecting another building and the crazy rat lady happened to be the caretaker of my client's mother.
No way.
So I walk in the unit and I said, oh my God, I know her from somewhere. I can't figure it out. She walked up to me. She goes, I know where I met you. You were in my apartment, blah, blah, blah. And I just felt so compelled to tell my client who was allowing his mother to be taken care of by her, like, you got to hear the story just in case you want to know. But yeah, I don't think she had that job after that very, very long, but it was just such a strange, not mentally sane human being to live in that kind of, have those type of things. You know, I don't know. It was very weird and very odd for me. So that one took the cake. There's many. I mean, there's a couple, guys. I opened a door and they put their gun up, and I was like, So those things have happened. I mean, a lot of dog disasters and questionable children, living conditions. Honestly, so throughout my career, I've been shocked a few times but, and sometimes sadly shocked, where you can't believe people could, live like this with children. So that was some strange stuff, strange stuff.
We might have to bring you back and just like, all right, Kim, give us stories 1 through 20.
Oh yeah, no, there's been
those are amazing.
Yes, some really interesting stuff. Yeah, thank God that the guy, he said, it's not loaded. When I walked in, I was like, I'm not coming. So
like,
yeah,
that's illegal too.
You gotta be careful.
Like pointing a gun at someone's called brandishing. There's a law against that.
You're right. No, they don't. I walked into his bedroom. I don't think he expected anybody to walk into his bedroom. Wow. I didn't hear anybody home.
Wow.
Yeah, that happened too. It was crazy.
One last thing I want to close on, Kim,
Sure.
Before we go, if you don't mind it. Wanted to see if you could talk a little bit, like, what was it like, or what advice do you have to other ladies out there who'd want to become an expert in real estate? Right? There's such a connotation now. It's such a man's game, and it's this, that, and the other. I've been trying to dispel that, and you are the epitome of that dispellation, as because you were quite successful like that. What advice do you have that would be different than it would be to males or females entering the, or having any kind of trepidations or heard any kind of misnomers or any kind of rumors or whatever of the industry, or have an idea of the industry that might not be true? And what would you say to them?
I mean, I think being a woman has advantages for sure. I think you have a lot of ease getting meetings compared to a guy. I think that I have been successful in being persuasive in getting a meeting more effectively than men at times, for a lot of reasons. Women sometimes want to work with women, and they have a little bit of a sympathetic approach to women and softer approach. So I think that you have an advantage being a woman. If you have the same hustle factor as the guy next to you, there's no reason you can't be 1% ahead of him at any time, and there's no reason that sex, whether you're female or male, should come into play. But being a female in this business is an absolute advantage. And I think that any woman that wants to get involved in commercial real estate versus residential real estate has the same opportunities as a guy, and if not more opportunities.
You see more in residential. Right. Say right. I would agree, maybe even more so in commercial. They have an opportunity because it's the same game. It's just in a different arena.
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you for that, Kim. Thank you for sharing. I think that's important. So to sum it all up, if you are an actress in Los Angeles and are done going to casting calls, give Miss Kimberly Stepp a call.
Yes. If you got hustle factor, call me for sure.
All right, Kim. Well, that is the end of our show. Tell us one more time your name,
Stepp,
contact information.
Group, Los Angeles, 310-702-0400. If you're looking to get involved in commercial real estate and you want to pick my brain, please do. If you have a property you'd like to sell in the west side of Los Angeles or Los Angeles County, west of the 405, I'm your girl.
Indeed, she is. All right, Kimberly. Well, thanks again for your time. And that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen.